Hey, how you been doing, man?
I'm good. Hey, if you like my YouTube, please subscribe, hit that notification down there, and if you want to support me, I'll put some, you know what it is, in the contents later. I mean, comments later and stuff.
Yeah. How to do it. Yeah, if you guys remember, I was here the other day and, I was on the channel and we were just talking about some things and, today, we just met up and, we're gonna see how everything goes. We're talking about, how we first met, and even in the last time we were talking about, that Ralph came up to me and was like, hey, how you doing, man? It was just, really respectful, and I was just telling Ralph that, hey, even though there's a little bit of an age difference, there's not much of an age difference, but for somebody that comes to Japan and they think about, hey, personally, I didn't know anything about Japan. Even though I've been married to a Japanese woman for a long time, I didn't know anything about Japan. So it was kind of like a virgin, right? Kind of like, I don't know anything. Come up, Ralph's been here for God knows how long, 100 years or so. So, we...
Check this out. Hey, thanks, viewers. Thumbs up would be appreciated.
Yeah.
Okay, this is what I was walking down the street. I don't know where I was going. Maybe
you were driving.
Huh? I was driving. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, I must have been going to my school.
Yeah.
And
I think you come from your house up there.
Yeah, that's weird because I used to go down that one hill thing.
Yeah.
But I stopped because I figured you'll fall my car.
Maybe you had to take the back road, that small, tiny road that time.
It's I stopped doing that. It was kind of scary.
Yeah, it's tight. It's small.
Hey, hello.
But,
hold on. Wait. Hold on. Wait. 1 second. I got to do some stuff, and then I'm gonna get with the chat things later because I got to send some shares and stuff right now. But what happened was I saw him. I jumped out my car. I guess he said I was in the car, and when I saw him, I said, "Whoa, who's this tall white dude right there?" It was real quick. I said, "Oh, I know he's from the country, right?" So I said, "I got to get out and talk to him." I got up, and as I walked closer, it was like he was getting taller and taller, and so I walked up to him. And just said,
hey, I'm Ralph. What are you doing here, man? I said, hey, I live here now. I just moved here, and he's like, dude, you got this nice black shirt on. I got this, I had skulls, like double skulls and whatever. It's pretty nice back in the day. You're talking about 11 years ago, so that was quite a bit. I was only here for less than a month, and he's already walking up to me and introducing himself and saying, hey, if you need anything, let me know, let's meet up, anytime you want to hang out or whatever. And a lot of the times we hung out, even if we're off camera and stuff, and I remember a lot of the times that, whenever I was hanging out with Ralph, and maybe many of you had the same circumstances or something, or whatever you want to call it, where you met somebody and you're like virgin to Japan. You don't know anything. Like all you see is Japan and everything's like, but I didn't know anything, and I kind of adopted him as my father, even though he didn't know it, like my Japan father, right? So he's showing me the ropes and teaching me what to do and what not to do, and it really helps. I mean, if you come here and you don't know anybody, and you start talking to people, especially other foreigners, and they're like, hey, how long you been here? I've been here 20 years. Keep a hold of those people because they really know what they're talking about, and they, you get a hold of somebody. Oh, I've been here a year, man. I've been drunk every day. Those are not the people you want to be hanging around with. But we didn't really discuss this until today. Ralph really didn't know that. He's more thinking of me just like friends. And I was like, no, I more think of you as kind of like a father figure of Japan. It's kind of different. It's not really like a father figure. It's really hard to explain because...
Wait, let me interrupt you real quick.
Yeah.
Yo, what's up, Devin Camp? Yo, what's up? Now I can see these things on these chats. And Chinner,
Yo, Evan.
Hold on. Oh, that's interesting.
Channel 12. Who's channel? Hola. ¿Qué pasó? Buenos días, buenas noches.
That's really old.
Yes, I'm from Arizona, so.
Oh yeah.
You're from California. You can speak some Spanish too.
Actually, I took 2 years of Spanish.
Yeah, I don't know anything. I know a little bit. I can say hello and good afternoon or whatever. ¿Qué pasó? But muy bien. Just a few words. Same probably in Japanese. This guy probably knows a lot more Japanese than I do. But, how much Japanese do you guys know? Do you guys know any Japanese? You want to learn some Japanese?
Well, I'm gonna do one thing real quick.
Yeah, let him do his thing. I'm gonna tell you about something when I was younger. You know, I grew up in a little town where there was only, you know, there was a lot of kids, right? A lot of kids, and we had fun, but there was only one black kid, right? So I was telling him, there's only one black kid in my town, and he never admitted to being black, not one time. Well, he knew he was black. We knew he was black, but he never admitted to being black, and that's what made it really fun because, you know, nobody called him black, nobody called us white, and, you know, he just was friends with us, and we all just hung out, we partied together, you know, and just drank some beer, and, you know, did some other things that we don't talk about, but...
Wait, let me interrupt real quick. The reason he's talking about that, I think I started telling him the story about how I was up in Beverly Hills.
Yeah, he was talking about Beverly Hills.
And hanging out with Barry Gordy's and how they never asked me any questions. I mean, I know they know there were no black kids around. I'm just up there doing whatever. And,
sure.
You know, I saw the father. I didn't even know. Actually, I didn't know who they were, who I was hanging out with until years later. It was like I became an adult, and then I realized. Well, my mom told me when we moved back to Detroit from Inglewood that some of the Gordy's family lived right across the street, and I should go over there and tell them. But I'm thinking like, well, you know, I'm black, and we in Detroit, and it might not mean anything, which it could have, you know.
It probably didn't mean anything. The same as my circumstance. Nobody probably thought about anything. I didn't think about it until later on, you know, because it didn't bother me. It was just like, hey, this is a cool kid. We're hanging out at his house drinking, and you know, don't tell his dad or his mom or anything. They don't know anything about it. But you know, we were over there, you know, and he'd come over to my house, and we're just, you know, I lived right around the corner from him. And I think that, you know, when you're younger, you don't really realize that. And then, you know, I had grandparents. It was like step-grandparents because I have a stepfather. And, you know, my father died whenever I was 4 years old, so I only had stepfathers. I didn't really have a father figure because, you know, the stepfather wasn't that great of a father. And his parents, but I think it was actually his father, but the mother was a step. They always come out, and I really connected with them, and they lived in South Carolina. You know, and I moved over to South Carolina during my summertime off from school, and my grandfather owned a roofing company. And I was telling Ralph, I said, you know, when I went over there, it was kind of, you know, if you ever been to South Carolina, you know, it's kind of different than, like, you know, from where I'm from. I'm from a small town called Globe, Arizona, and it's just small. And so you're trying to learn Japanese. Oh, yeah, we don't speak Japanese in Arizona, but
learn Japanese is kind of easy. If you really study, there's a pattern to it. Once you catch on,
all right, well,
just do it.
Here's the idea. Why don't you put in there the ideal, like, can you count? Let me see. Where's the chat? It's not live chat. Okay. You know your numbers?
Question.
yeah.
You want to answer that? That's
Okay, question.
you go first.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna answer each part of your question. Okay, because you said like on the first date. Right? Question. That's another question, right? On the first date, don't kiss or maybe smooch a kiss. I think coaching them into what you are talking about as a kiss. Now, I mean, are you just going to go, or do you want to like teach them? You know, not all kisses have to involve this wet face syndrome thing like Japanese do. That's like the you know, it's like two dogs kissing, really, honestly, right? So if just watch the Japanese porno, you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about. You know, two dogs kissing, like, but you know, if you want to say, you know, hey, you want me to teach you how to read a kiss? You know, hey, I heard that Japanese really don't know how to kiss. Or they you know, they kiss like a dog. How can I show you how I kiss? And then, you know, you show me how you kiss. How's that? You know, and that's, you can just like, you know, change out some information that way. I definitely would kiss on the first date. But, you know, I mean, I'll probably do a lot more than that on the first date. First of all, the Japanese girl's gonna be standoffish, you know, because they have to be like, it's the first day we met, the first day you met. But usually, yeah, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be honest with you. If you don't get it done on the first day, you're probably not gonna have a second date.
Bingo! I was just gonna say that. I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
I tell people, listen, you have to understand the Japanese culture. In Japan, in America, Jesus Christ says you have sex out of sin, you're going to hell.
Yeah.
In Asia, Buddha says, do what you want to do because everybody's going to heaven. He says, have fun. Everybody's going to And it's weird, but, you know, that's how it is. And when you date a girl and if you want to kiss her, well, personally, I wouldn't be too quick to kiss these women because you don't know
just kiss
where
her.
they're coming from.
Just kiss her. Just grab her by the back of the head and just let her rip, man.
That's
you know. Well, I mean, of course, you could grab her by the back of the head and let her do something else, but you know, if you're out in public, you know, teach her how to kiss. The Japanese have no idea how to kiss. They're like, that's it. I mean, like two dogs licking each other. It's crazy.
But really what it is, though, is Japan and America is opposite. So what you would do over in America, you probably would have to do the opposite here.
Yeah. Well, first things first, you know, I mean, Japanese and American, okay, when you do a French kiss, it's all on the inside, right? Your lips touch and everything's going on the inside. You don't see it. In Japan, your lips don't touch and everything's going on the outside. You understand? Like, you know, your lips touch and everything's going on the inside. Nobody really sees nothing going on. But out here in Japan, the lips don't really touch, and all the tongue's doing is flinging back and forth on each other. You know, and it's like I said, you know, couple of dogs kissing.
Yeah, like he was saying, when you meet a girl for the first time, you have at the minimum 51% chance. But if you to do anything else, but once you let it go, it drops down to 1%.
It's either she
and
does
it's
or
closer
she doesn't.
to 100. So
it's either she doesn't or she doesn't. So as soon as the girl sees you, she already done made up her mind whether she's gonna ooh you or not you. You know. So it's like, to save yourself some time, just grab by the hand, let's go, and start your way down, and don't tell her where you're going, just go where you're going, and as soon as you see a hotel, just pull her in. If she continues in with you, she's okay.
Don't pull her in, she'll go with you.
I mean, you don't have to drag her in, just kind of, you know, whenever you're walking in there, and she might make some kind of like, oh, what is this? You know, like, Well, that's why we're here to explore, right?
Weren't you
Yeah.
here like 20 minutes ago?
Yeah. Well, I still have a room upstairs. Let's go. I still have time. I have the card, but there's no card here. So I'm telling you, when you go into a love hotel, you know, you're in, and you're in. You can't leave.
Hello, viewers. Thanks for the thumbs up.
Yeah.
We're just chilling.
You
We're
got-
answering a question, so that's
Yeah.
why we're talking about this. The question that was asked.
Don't kiss or maybe so much kiss. Forehead. All right.
He's like,
All right. So, what is forehead like? Yeah. Are you talking about the T-bone? T-bag?
I think this.
Oh,
I don't know all that other
is
stuff.
it T-bag?
That's. I'm an old man, so.
What are you talking about? Like, you know, where she just gonna? Yeah, they might do that.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you straight up. Before you come to Japan, you listen to every one of Too Short songs, because the information in the songs is about as
Love Too
close. It's about as close as you can get to the game that the Japanese women play. His songs, the things that he talk about his songs, even though he says he learned it from the pimps and players, you know, but those words will help you survive, not accomplish anything, not get rich, but literally survive in Japan. His songs are your survival, is your Bible to survival in Japan, because these women got a lot of game. Plus, if you come over here thinking is what you think it is based on what you see on TV, you're going to get hurt really quick.
Yeah, when I was in South Carolina, I was like 14 years old. Man, I told my grandfather, I said, hey, I need a haircut. So we went to this barber shop over there, and the guy didn't use any scissors, right? He's this big old black guy, big black guy. And he's like, what do you want? I said, just whatever. And he did that exact same thing, not having one pair of scissors at all, just a comb and a little, and I tell you what, it's probably the best haircut I ever had. I walked out of there, it only took 15 seconds. And, you know, he's like, he didn't charge me a thing. You know, he's a really cool guy. He's like, man, he could tell I was not from there. But I kind of, all the time I spent in South Carolina, I developed a southern accent. So I don't know if y'all are from South Carolina or not, but.
I love yours. Oh, we gotta come play. I'm trying to learn Japanese. Oh no, same guy. Okay.
That's the same one. All right.
Oh, but his, which cards came up to this?
Oh yeah. So you want to learn Japanese? Well, so yeah. Back to the basic question is, do you know any Japanese besides you know, sayonara? Let me see. I'm waiting for you. You're still there. Yeah, so channel 12. Yeah. Do you know any Japanese at all, or you know? It's actually pretty easy if you want to count. First thing is to start counting, and you know, just think about it as English, right? Like itchy, one, itchy, like, right? Itchy. Right? I'm itchy. I'm one, itchy, and then knee, right? Knee is two, knee, right? And sun, like sun, that's three. Itchy knee, sun. And she, like, oh, she did it. Yeah, right? But, you know, she is also, it's kind of complicated here because, you know, ichi-ni-san, she, ichi-ni-san, yon. Yon is also four, right? Yon. Yon. Ichi-ni-san, yon. I learned yon first, ichi-ni-si. So, ichi-ni-san, yon, go. How about go? Go is right. Go is fine. So, ichi-ni-san, she is also ichi-ni-san, yon, go, loku, like lock, loku. Nana, like, you know, Spanish grandma, nana. Hachi, like hatchback, hachi. And Q, like Q. And Ju, like Jewish. That's your 1 to 10.
Wow.
Ichi-ni-san, shi go loku nana hachi kyu ju. Ichi-ni-san, yon go loku nana hachi kyu ju. And when you get here and you start to say hundreds, it's hyaku. 100 is one, hyaku is 100. Ni hyaku. And then when you start thinking Zambyaku, right? Zambyaku, right? But ni hyaku, I don't know if they just can't pronounce, or whoever at the time couldn't pronounce Sanhyaku, so they said Zambyaku, so it's different.
Yes.
And the thing is, as soon as you get to 10, you just start over again, but you just put Ju in front of it, right? To get to 20, and then 20. It's like Ju Ichi, Ju Ni, Ju San, Ju Yon, Ju Go, Ju Lokanu, right up to Ni Ju. Ni, now you like Ni, it's Ichi Ni. Remember, Ni is 2, and then Ju is 10, so now Ni, and then 10, Ni Ju. So it's 20. And San is 3, Sanju is 30. Sanjuichi, Sanjuni, Sanjuyon. So counting is actually relatively easy in Japan when you get to a certain extent. I mean, once you get up to 100, I can count to 100 any day, but all right, let's see. I'm a beginner. Okay, let's see. I know English and Spanish. Oh, yeah. I know a little Spanish. Let's see. Where's it at? Okay, I know Spanish. Oh, and Spanish. You know Spanish well. I don't know Spanish that well. Don't take me up to my Spanish. I have a little Spanish. When I first started to speak the Japanese, my Spanish and Japanese became mixed together, and it was kind of complicated. So it's, you might mix 2 languages together, but that happens. All right, so let's see. Is it true that foreigners can't buy property in Japan? I own property. I bought my own property. I did it by myself, and I didn't need anybody else. I came here, first thing I did, I bought a car, paid my car off. The credit system here is different, trust me. I bought a car, paid my car off. Actually, I bought a car and I gave it to my brother-in-law, and he paid it off. And I bought another car, and years later, I gave that one to my other brother-in-law, and I bought a new car just the other day. But a couple of years ago, I bought a brand new house, and the house is in my name. So anyone buy anything here it doesn't have anything to do with if you're Japanese or whatever. You can come here and buy a house. And the one thing I'm going to point out is the interest here.
Wait, let's get before he leaves, real quick.
Way different.
So Omar says, just wanted to pop in real quick and send salutations to Uncle Ralph. You're an OG, been watching your vids since I've been wanting to go to Japan for school. I haven't been yet, but when I do, I'll visit you. Right now, I'm teaching in the Canadian Arctic. Oh my God.
Jesus, cold up there.
Thank you for
Come on over, man.
For the the message and everything. Really appreciate it. We were actually talking about that earlier today, and wow. If you can, Nunavut. I have no idea what that means. But if you can, send some pictures. GS350JPN.
That's the location. It's up in the Canadian Arctic, isn't it? Nunavut is a location.
Send me some pictures on my Gmail address, GS350JPN@gmail.com. I would love to see such pictures. Much love, peace, my brother. Peace for you.
Darwin Omar,
peace to you too.
Is Nunavut? That's your location, right? That's up in Canada, in the Arctic. I was just trying to make sense of the.
Life's Burrito. Hello. What's happening? Well, let's get these messages up in time. I can pronounce Japanese words, haven't memorized many words. Okay, just wanted to pop in. Okay, right now I'm teaching. Okay, wait, I think we missed some. Oh yeah, you answered those. Okay, yeah. You could be a foreigner and buy.
Yeah,
it's one of those 3 terms. Yes, sir. Thank you.
You can own people here.
No, you can't.
You
can. Lying.
Hey, you ever owned anybody before? You go to jail. I'm just kidding. No, you don't own anybody. I mean, they can. Japanese actually own foreigners here. Did you know that?
When they come over for those maid work and stuff like that?
Because I know some people that come over from other countries besides, like countries from America and stuff, other countries that are less hospitable to other people. They come here.
Hey,
they get married, so that when they get married to Japanese, they can stay here. And the Japanese man actually owns the woman, and she can't do anything unless he says so. So it's kind of one of those things where it's crazy.
Well, it's not.
It's complicated.
It's people might look at it like that, but all she gotta do is disappear, and the cops ain't even going to.
Oh, she's definitely married to him. But the thing about marriage in Japan is it's not like America where you got to go through the blah process. It's like you go down to the courthouse and sign the paper, you're done. Right then and there, that moment, you're done. You're divorced, and you can move on. But yes,
that is so true.
But if they come over, they want to marry here to get the visa so they can stay here. So the man actually owns the girl, and she will actually pay him money in order to be here. So it's kind of, it's a tricky situation. It probably happens all over the world. I just didn't recognize it until I came here and met up with somebody who was actually doing it.
Wow.
Yeah.
News to me. Okay. Actually, I think I have a really cool way to teach people how to learn Japanese, and I was going to probably try to sell it.
Yeah, he's really good about teaching Japanese.
And just hit me up. We could talk about it on a private mail. Hit me up at GS350JPN or hit me up online. It's an app called, or Facebook, GS350JPN, or Line, GS350JPN, Instagram. Cause I gotta hurry up and get rich real quick so I can relax.
Somebody's gotta make some money somewhere. All
But
right.
it's really easy to learn though. It's really easy.
So it's one of the 3 territories. Yeah, that's what I thought, Omar. I don't know if you're thinking Omar or Dorman. So yeah, I kind of figured it was a territory or the location of where you're at. So let's see. My daughter wants to learn Japanese. Any tips on what to use to teach her? Well, we should probably make an app, because a lot of the apps out there, they're kind of taking advantage of you, and they're not really teaching you anything. It's like, I was just doing a minute ago where I was like teaching you 1 to 10. I mean, that's easy. So the best way to do, in my opinion, is to write it out in English or whatever language you know, and then sound out each word in your language to where you can pronounce the word and get it relatively close. And probably the best way is to know somebody who can actually speak both languages. I've been here for a long time. I don't speak any Japanese. So this guy, when I met him, I don't think he spoke much Japanese. He just recently started. Huh?
No. I could speak, but I could speak, but I could understand way more than I could speak.
That's the way it is when you do it. Like I had a friend from Mexico, and he come up and he could speak Spanish. He could speak Spanish no problem because it's like native language, right? And I speak English no problem because it's my native language. But he can understand English if he listens to it. But he can only write English. He couldn't speak it, because I think the dialect was different. He was afraid to say something wrong. And it took him quite a few years before he actually started trying to speak. I kept telling him, hey, I don't know about this deaf routine where I'm talking to you and you're just writing the words in English. But we were friends for ages, and he finally started speaking English, and it was really surprising how fast he could speak it. But I think it is where, if you understand it, if you hear something, you can understand it.
I just realized something. This Target book?
Yeah.
Target book, right?
No.
It's it's almost like, you know, these books.
Oh
These
yeah.
books they use.
Yeah.
So I teach English to these kids, right? And I'm thinking like, okay, I need to learn this. I got to learn this, and I need to learn this, and I need to learn this. And I mean, I got files. I got files upon files upon files.
I still have some of your files upon files upon files you gave me. Like, this is what you do. You started here, remember? But when you were making your book.
Yeah.
When you were printing your book, and so and it's like, you know.
Yeah, I give you one.
Yeah, you gave me. I think you.
I published them.
You just sent it to me. It was in, yeah.
Okay. Oh, which one did you can show me which one you sent? Cause I lost one of my PDFs to one of my books. I need to find it though.
Yeah, it's a file. I don't even know if I still have the pictures and stuff.
Here, files upon files upon files of these kids taking words.
Maybe it's just
in
verbs
English.
or something. Verbs.
Oh, okay. Ah, that one.
Yeah,
Okay.
the whole like 1,000 verbs or something. It was.
Oh, okay. That one. Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's not. I got that one.
But
And I got files. In this book here, it has a lot of Japanese words in it. And so one day, actually a lady, one of my staff before a long time ago, she wrote all of these down in English and Japanese to translate the kanji into Japanese. I mean, to where I could read it. And for some reason, I gave it to one of my students. I can't believe I did that. And then I'm like, oh, let me go and do this. But what happened was actually, I realized that I have these notes that have every last one of these words in it. In hiragana and katakana where I can read it. So I have to actually study these. And what I want to do is use, because I told my students' parents, I told them, take this book, the books, the work they did, and publish them. You know, publish them because they got everything. Everything is there. You know, so, and I told the parents one day, y'all not going to do it. And I'm going to wait a few years. I'm going to publish them. And I got, I don't know how many thousands of sentences I have. So I'm just going to publish them. But I haven't heard of those apps before. But hit me up. But right now I'm gonna ask you a question. How much does your how much is your Japanese? Oh man, I'm sorry about that. You know, my Japanese and English get all messed up. But how much Japanese does your daughter know?
Yeah, and here's the thing. I want to show you guys. You know, so you can probably see, you know, everything is in Japanese here, right? And I just took a picture of this, and you know, you can see everything is in English. I don't know if you can see. Everything is in English, so translate. You can probably see the darker print better. Can I get over here? There's some applications out there like Google Translate. You can take a picture of the Japanese, it translates too. Did you see it?
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that's your milk carton.
What's that one?
That's your milk.
Cool. What's the name of that?
It's Google Translate.
Oh, wow.
So you see your cereal right there, right? Turn on the cereal and it doesn't work.
No, it did.
But this one's
It
working.
said whole. It did it.
Huh?
It said whole wheat.
Yeah. Sometimes it doesn't. Okay,
Yeah, whole
soybeans. Yeah, soybeans. Did you know what soybeans?
Mm-hmm.
You thought it was wheat. Is it soybean? So
It
it's
says
just like
whole.
this one here. Yeah, it'll tell you right here. Japanese English Dictionary.
Oh, nice.
Junior. Yeah, it's a junior edition, right? So.
I wonder if you do it with English and switch up.
Oh yeah, it'll tell you. Even English changes to Japanese.
But sometimes that Google Translate be translating things. So
It's a little funny.
smart
Yeah.
move to publish. Yeah, I told all of them. But what I'm gonna do is I have the names, so I'm gonna do them all, publish them, and then whatever proceeds I get, I'm gonna give half to the kids and stuff. But you know, maybe they might say, "Well, you don't need." I'm like, "All right," I just save their part until later. You know, maybe they might come later and ask that the kids might come later. But yeah,
You ever been to South Carolina? I was over there during Hurricane Hugo. I don't know if you guys remember Hurricane Hugo.
Oh wait, I want to interrupt you.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's what I meant to say. So I taught this little kid. I don't know how he was when he started. Right now, he's just starting the 3rd grade, and they started in April. This target book is the same as this target book, Target 1900 words. This one has 1100 English words. He opens it up. He makes sentences with these words that are in here. He make different grammatical sentences using can, could, would, should, whatever. All the grammatical, whatever. He finished this book this March. And he was only in the 2nd grade, elementary school, 2nd grade kid. And now he started this book, which has a little more difficult words. Some might be the same. This is 1900 words. This kid is good. He's not one of them kids that'll sit down and listen. He cries, don't want to do nothing and whatever. And I just was gradually just kept on going up.
You get those kids that just sit down and cry and do nothing. I teach children, and I love all my students, because I don't think of them as somebody that don't know English. I treat them just like they know English, and that's why they learn English, because you treat them that way. So if you want to learn a language, you got to really focus on it. So I point to them and I tell them, hey, sit down!
6
raise my
people in the
voice.
house.
Right?
Thank you.
I kind of yell them. I sometimes raise your voice. Sit down! And they respond to action, especially the parents tell you, hey, get on them a little bit. Don't let them just do whatever. So when the parents know the children's bad, then they're going to be bad. You got to expect it. So like today I had a child and he was just horsing around with another kid and just fight, kind of play fighting, whatever. And I stood up, I got under the table and I put it down on the ground. Get over there and sit down over there away from this other kid. And, and after that, it was good the whole entire time. Didn't make a fuss, nothing. So I knew he was in trouble. But if you don't kind of express yourself, just like, hey, go sit down, go over there, go there. They're not going to listen. You got to, have a little bit of authority. And trust me, in Japan, whenever they're speaking, I don't know if you guys heard, like just normal talking for like Japanese boys. They're talking.
Smart move to publish. Thank you.
Yeah, the Japanese boys. They sometimes whenever you hear them, you thought they were. Did you ever think that they were just fighting, like arguing, but they're just talking? They just have deep conversations here. Like
these kids do.
High volume and like aggressiveness. They like power. They put some power into their voice whenever they're talking, and they're not fighting. They're not arguing. They're just. How would you explain that? Because
it's just a lot of energy. They speak with a lot of energy. It's probably their mothers, because I'm sure the fathers don't really talk like that with the kids in the house. Even in my house, my wife, she's very strong, a lot of energy. For me, I just talk like this, and I walk in my door, tell something, do this, do that, and she big now, so she be like, do it yourself, do it yourself.
Yeah, so you're over there, and so the kids kind of get that authority thing with the mother, and usually you talk about, I'm gonna call your mom, whoa, and they stop whatever they're doing. And
so you call your dad, so you're like, so
whatever. I'm gonna call your grandma. Sometimes grandma is meaner than mama, so like strict, But it's a whole different thing over here. Where
Oh wait, I meant to interrupt you. Sorry.
I'll go ahead.
This guy is in the 2nd grade. He's in the 2nd grade. He finished all of these words, and I'm talking about
over 1,000 now.
So let me think of a word. Think of a good word in here that you guys.
Right there. What is that one? Go ahead.
Okay, like expression. Okay, and I'll tell him. Okay, make a past present tense word with the word expression, and he'll say, "I have expressed." No, I have expression.
It's expression. Past tense, right?
I have
I've expressed my feelings towards My father.
What was the word again? Oppression?
Express.
Expression.
Yeah, expression.
Oh, so he might say, I told my friend about my, what was the word again?
Expression.
Expression, or something like that, you know.
So,
Because they'll think of it in Japanese in their heads.
yeah, they got to
And
get
they'll
in their
just-
head and got to translate.
they'll
They got to switch
Spit
inside,
it out
right?
in English. And I mean, it's like this. I got
Yeah.
videos. I mean, not videos. But
And they might
audios.
say the word several times. Expressions. They're just kind of, melting it into their mind a little bit. And boom, they might say something crazy, you never know.
Yeah, to mine, they don't do that. My students, they'll it's like expression. What is it? Let's say it's
Usually it's adults. Yeah,
Express,
adults would have to do that because we can't use our brain the same as a kid. A kid melts in pretty fast, but adults, you have to, expressions. You have to really think about it.
But the good thing is these kids can read. They got the katakana, but I tell them don't do that, and they can use it. And they'll like expression. I can't even think of the word. So if it's expression, I believe an expression is a noun. So what I would do is I just tell them use expression as the subject, and they'll just my expression, the expression is good, bad, or accent in their mind, or they'll they'll have like an adverb only, right? And they have to think of their own verb, or they have their own adjective, and they have to think of their own verb, or they had a verb and they have to think of their own noun. So usually that's what it first starts off with, the verbs, and they have to think of their own nouns.
Yeah,
and they do
in
all the
Japan,
same
you actually
things.
have to teach them in the order because in Japan the language is completely different. In the order, the verbs and nouns, if you would put them in that category, is kind of different, right? So the action comes first, and then the explanation.
Yeah.
Instead of English, where you're kind of explaining everything, and boom,
The verb goes last.
Yeah, so it's different for the Japanese language on how they express things. I can't speak Japanese, so I can't really explain it to you that well, but I know for a fact that it's not the same. And you can listen to it. Fat man run fast. Run that man fast. I don't know. So it's kind of awkward, and a lot of people have to switch it in their head. But like my son was brought up learning English and Japanese at the same time. He's 4 years old, and he doesn't have that switch in his head. If he goes to somebody that speaks Japanese, just Japanese comes out no problem, and anyone at any time can interrupt him and just speak English, and he can stop and automatically start speaking English. So he's that way, but he's really shy. So at 4 years old, you kind of expect, a bilingual child or whatever to be really shy. Don't think something's wrong. It's just because they're shy to speak because they're not sure if they're going to be able to speak properly to whoever's listening, and they just don't want to make any mistakes. So, are you playing some?
No, wait, hold on. Oh, you go ahead.
Yeah. So if you're teaching English like me, script is probably the best way. If you have a script and they can learn one word and you just remove that word, whether it's the verb or the noun, and you teach them. They say this is the noun. We're going to change the noun. We're going to change the verb, and we're going to change. So we're going to add into the script. We're going to use one script, so it's a lot easier for them to understand. So you're going to say the sentence, and then you're going to take out some of the sentence and replace the words, and you're going to say it again, over and over again, many times, many different ways. So that way they understand the dialect and everything. And sometimes it's all about motor skills, because you're teaching kids that can't even write. So you're like, teaching them how to hold pencils and stuff, right? So
Yeah, sometimes I don't do
you
it
know,
too much.
just holding pencils like this. You know, I remember when I was holding a pencil like this.
Oh, yeah, I remember that too.
Well, I can remember really far back in my life. I can remember all the way back when I was, before I could walk.
Well, I can remember far back. I can remember about the last word I said in the last statement. Back.
I think I was only a few months old. That's 3 months old whenever I can remember, because
Wow.
my grandfather used to come up with a $5 bill, and then he would put it in his pocket, and I would cry, and he'd pull out a $20 bill, and you know, and I'd snag that $20 bill up, and years later I'd ask my mom about that, and she goes, "God, you were only like 4 months or 3 months old at that time when he did that." I can't imagine, you know, even thinking about when I was 4 months old or whatever. And like I said before, you know, my father died when I was 4 years old, so I don't have a lot of memory of my father, but I do remember some things that happened. And you know, like everybody has the picture moments and stuff, and so I remember vividly the day he died. Just boom, the phone call. I remember the phone ringing, my mom answering the phone and stuff like that. And I remember I had surgery on my tonsils at 3 years old, and he was there when I woke up. Not when I went in, but I don't remember that. When I woke up, he had a toy for me. I remember that. And when I was 2 years old, I was on the back of his truck, and you know, he was picking me up. It was a very short memory, but I remember exactly where we were and stuff. And you know, that said, sometimes memories play games with you. You remember what you want to, and you know, I remember things with my stepfather, and he remembers them a little differently. So, you know, for however you want, and you know.
Interesting.
If you want to, man, come here. If you're interested in learning Japanese or anything, you know, Ralph can hook you up, I'm sure.
A little bit. I have a good foundation, but what I need to do is study more adverbs and study those. Maybe I think they might be called articles.
Well, everything is completely different here. I mean, just for me, honestly, I don't need to learn Japanese. I mean, I get along fine with English.
Hello, 7 viewers.
So,
thank you. Hit the thumbs up.
I get along fine with English. If you that's another thing. If you come to Japan, you're like, oh my God, I don't know the language. You know, I can't get around. I've been here for 11 years, and I don't speak any Japanese. So if you start talking to somebody and they look at you funny, just talk to someone else. And eventually you're going to find somebody that knows a little bit of English, and they're going to say, I don't speak English, but the more you speak to them, the more their English comes out. And they're always very helpful, most people here. So if you're afraid to come to Japan, it's like, oh my God, I can't speak it, so just come here. You know, just get over here. They don't care. They're used to it by now, and there's so many foreigners here that just, you know, they don't speak any Japanese. I don't. I've been fine. So, how about you? You get around pretty good without Japanese?
Yeah, my first 4 or 5 years,
Yeah.
I didn't speak much Japanese, but that was up in Nagoya. And most of all my friends, they were really good in English, almost like they were fluent in English, not proficient, but fluent. So I didn't actually start having to learn a lot of, hey James, if you want to come on this chat thing, let me know. Until I came to Wakayama, and then before I got married, I was really good with Japanese. Then I got married, you know, the wife don't talk to her in my Japanese.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what helped me also is because, you know, my friend, he's from Kenya, and his
Whatever, I'm sorry. He said, are you married? What's his stance about marriage in Japan?
I've been married since before I came to Japan. Still with the same wife, yeah. She's great. I'm probably one of the lucky ones you know, to get such a good wife and that, you know, is caring for as much as she's gonna do. She's one of the wives that you just can't get away from. That's what I'm gonna say. That, you know, I've never been the best of husbands to her, but I think that, you know, she knows all that stuff, but she's still there. You know, and she's waiting for me to become the husband. And I think recently I've been that husband, so it's pretty good. It's not bad. But I was gonna say, you know, I have a friend from Kenya that he's in Australia now. But he was brought here, his mother married to a Japanese man, and he could speak Japanese fluently. And not only that, his major was Japanese, and he could read every bit of Japanese. Everything. You met him before. You actually came and picked us up that time.
Oh, that brother?
Yeah.
Oh, you know, did I tell you how we met?
Yeah.
No?
So
we were on a train, and we were sitting there, so I talked to him, started spitting the game to him. Before he moved out with his wife, he was staying with his parents.
Yeah, he was staying with his parents before. When I first met him, he was staying with his parents.
And so I told him, he said, yeah, my wife's a good girl. And I started laughing because every time I hear people say that, I just laugh.
Yeah.
And then I told him,
unless you've been with him for like as long as I have. I've been with my wife for almost 15 years, so, you know. That's an exception, right?
yeah.
So, but yeah, no. Yeah.
But it's funny. So I told him, don't move out of his house with the parents because the mother's going to control his wife and you're going to be free. And he's looking at me like, what? And I'm like, all right. And so I just kept on schooling him with the game. And so that day that I picked you up, he told me,
you picked me all the way in Altori. That was kind of far.
you call, I come.
Yeah.
I'm always set with everybody. Somebody need help, call.
You were, where in the hell were you in Waukesha still, huh?
Yeah, that was I was like, whoa, you was like over near the mountain areas of the JR state.
Yeah, way, I mean, far. We're far.
But no, that wasn't even that far. Remember that day you asked me to come pick you up near Sheen and Mia that night?
Yeah.
What was the week on?
What are you doing, man?
She's like, where you going? I'm like,
I'm going home. I just came from Osaka. Man, I'm stuck in Osaka. Oh, I gotta turn around and come back and get you.
I was like, oh boy, like, oh my
that was
God,
a few
I
times.
gotta go pick up Wayne. She's like, Wayne, you always go picking up. I was like, I don't know. Just calls her, go pick him up.
I don't always.
Not always.
2 times.
No.
Yeah.
I'm saying that's what I said to her.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I gotta make it seem like I've been doing it a lot. So cause like if it's the first time, then she'll like try to convince you. You know how women, it's the first time you just they'll try to convince you not to do it. But if you say like you're always doing it, then I go, okay, well go ahead, you know. So that's my philosophy.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, we went all the way to Tori to pick us up. He was right, so that's good.
But yeah, he told me, he said, man, I said, wait a minute, you? He's like, yeah, like, he's like, yeah, man. Cause you guys at the station?
Yeah, we were up there drinking and stuff.
And so he was like, yeah, you were right. I shouldn't have moved out with my wife.
Well, I mean, now he's away from her. He was over there in Australia. She's still here with the kids. She's got 2 kids, but he's a good, really good guy. I mean, and
Interesting.
you know, he's smart. He speaks like 50 languages. That guy. Yeah, he can, you know, because not like, you know, full languages and stuff, because in Kenya, you know, you're surrounded by other tribes and stuff, and he's got like, everything is different language, so he's fluent in English, he's fluent in Japanese, and he can read hiragana, katakana, kanji, all of it, you know. But he's somebody that helped me out a lot. We hung out for a long time. And he finally moved to Australia because he wants something different than Japan. So, you know,
It's interesting.
It's almost like, you know, I would probably tell you don't make Japan your home, but you know, I'm happy here because it's not. It's you don't have the the same kind of stress, as you will, in America. For me, not learning Japanese is a blessing because I go home to America. I listen to everyone, all their crap. You know, just you're on the plane or on the bus. You know, you're in a Walmart, and it's all you do is listen to somebody else's problems. It's like, God, can't you guys just shut up? You know, I come here to Japan. I don't understand Japanese. I don't have to listen to nothing because I don't. Even if it's going on, I don't hear it. I don't understand it. So much. You know, this stress is gone. Because when you guys are out at Walmart, it's like, oh my God, they're fighting, blah, blah, blah. You know, you get stressed out. You guys know what it's all about. You go to some place and like, oh God, why did I even come here?
Welcome everybody.
Yeah.
Thumbs up, appreciate it. I'm online right now. I'll put the information if you want to go and talk with us. You're very.
You guys want to join us? Anybody want to join us for a chat? We'll give you
Line app.
How about just doing the join? Well, you can't do that here. Oh, you got to use the other one, huh?
Yeah, but it's on here. I always do it. So.
Yeah. I mean, somewhere they can get on the picture too. They can get on the screen.
That'd be
Yeah.
cool.
Oh no, they have it. Maybe it's on the same one I showed you or something.
Pin message.
Hey, anybody want to join us up? You can hop on and sing along.
Yeah, just line app. And when you app me, when you join up, tell me so I can go in. Tell me so you can go in, and then I can add you to the line. Yo.
Yeah.
But anyway, this kid now he's doing 1900 words.
1900.
And I can't. It's on my phone.
Yeah, so some of these kids here, they're just like, you know, whiz kids. You can tell when you get a kid that doesn't know anything and they're never gonna know anything, you can tell. Then you got these kids that come in and, you know, you can tell that. I think it's about how the parents are and stuff. It's not about intelligence and stuff.
Bing, 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 bing.
Yeah.
That's the difference between the white rich kids and the poor black kids. The white rich kids' parents use the vocabulary that they use in their professions at home, and poor black kids or black kids or whatever, their parents don't use that vocabulary that they use at work at home, and that's the only difference. That is the real true why the black and the white kids are separated. It's just the vocabulary.
Well, you know, you got a lot of white kids.
I mean, yeah, you got that too.
It just doesn't matter about like that. It works in every single household where you got somebody that grew up, you know, like
What's up, James?
ghetto or whatever. I mean, I think where I grew up was kind of the outback.
Wait, hold on.
All right.
Wait, can you say something, James? Hello?
Mic check 1 2 1 2.
Hey, there you are.
Can you guys hear him? You guys on the YouTube channel? Can you hear him? Somebody let me know.
Give us a thumbs up if you can hear him.
Yeah,
How about another one, James?
make a message. Can you guys hear him? Did you hear what he said?
Mic check 1 2. Testing 1 2.
Guys, gotta let me know if y'all can hear him.
Yeah, I guess I gotta turn this stuff on so I can follow along with you guys, huh?
Yeah.
So, let's see.
You know, anytime you go live, I'm gonna join you, brother.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, they can hear you. Cool. It's all good. Calabriana House. What's happening? How you doing? It's the first time I heard your name. What was I gonna say? Where you from? Give a light introduction if you don't mind. Oh, so anyway, this kid is in the 2nd grade, right? So we did these words today.
It's Calabrian horse.
And,
From California? No, it's
no.
Calabrian horse. Sweden, okay.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So this kid is using these words. He's only in his 2nd grade. And these words he make, I have his paperwork, but it's all in my phone that I'm viewing you through. So these words: improve, relate, provide, consider, include, concern, involve. let's see. Produce, allow, require, appear, tend, agree, describe, add, depend, encourage, exist, reduce, adapt, compare, increase, suggest, cost, share, wonder, argue, realize, control, affect, find, notice, avoid, force, offer, demand, claim, and then he jumps to the last word, which is
Zucchini.
are you close though?
What is it?
Zeal.
Where's zucchini in there? I don't even know.
No
I'm
idea.
just guessing.
I have no idea. So he jumps to the last word and he wants to go backwards from the back of the book to the front. And so he did zeal. That was zealous. Zealous was the only one. So we did zealous.
You know what
So-
zealous means?
In Japanese, it means neshina.
Oh, yeah, can't read none of that stuff.
Kanji, neshina. So
So,
anyway, this.
gentlemen, I have a question for you guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, let me let you finish your thought. Go ahead, brother.
No, go
And,
ahead.
wait. So, what happened is this guy is only in the he just started the 3rd grade and he's using these words. And I'm thinking to myself, wow, how are these kids so smart? And this kid is bad. He gets mad and he won't do anything for like 20 minutes. And I'm sitting like I'm thinking like, oh, if the parents know he's just sitting here and not doing anything. But I got to thinking, this kid is using this book. His parents can't.
His parents can't use that thing.
You know what I'm saying? And it's,
Well,
it's
How about these people that walk up to you with a word that is like, what? Let me look at that word. What is that? I don't even know that word. I mean, they're teaching words here sometimes that we don't use. What the hell's that thing,
But the whole thing is, I don't even teach him a word. It's a word that he never saw before in his life.
And he just knows it because it's in the book, huh?
He reads it. He understands the kanji. If he can't
Yeah.
read it, then I'll just read it for him or look at it, And then I say, okay, now I want you to make a passive, what is it called? A passive, what is it when you say make someone do something? Passive,
Yeah.
respectful, no, passive, like I make my friend eat an apple. What is that called? Passive.
See, this guy's smart, man.
I
Are you
forgot
lost?
A passive. Wait, let me get my book.
What?
Anyway, so I just tell him to make those kind of sentences, and this kid actually makes.
Passive progressive or something, or
Oh yeah, we got that too. Let me see what it's
Are you
called.
talking about passive aggressive or?
Yeah.
Oh no, causative.
causative.
So causative is with the word make, or causative respective. So you use the word made and a be verb. Then passive, you use be verbs with the past tense.
Yeah, you and I were
Not a
thinking on the
past
same
tense,
page
but
there, James.
not a past tense, but what kind of word is that? The perfect form of a verb. And so he'll get these words that's okay, make this, make that, make that. I got some examples. He'll look at it, whatever, and just and these kids, and this one girl, she was in the 5th grade. She was using this book, no lie. She was using this book. It got 1,100 words, same book, bunch of words in it. In 1 hour, she made 150 sentences. I couldn't believe it. I was just writing. And I don't know if I copied it, but it is in these files somewhere. So when I find it, she's the champion. No one has made 150 sentences. And here it is. Look at this. It's a trip, right? Here.
Rob, I think your book sells itself. Your method sells itself, man.
Yeah.
Especially
Go ahead, I'm
if you
sorry.
have all these people that are championing your work. I think your work sells itself.
Yes, I need
I
to.
say just get somebody that's a good videographer. Get the parents' consent. Have them sign forms and use clips
advertiser.
your commercial for your.
We
for
were
your-
just
I think once you
we
have
were
everything
just talking
trademarked,
about that.
That's a key right there now, making sure whether you want to trademark internationally or just in the States, more than likely both. You know, you have all your tools right there. Just gotta get that bad boy trademark.
Yeah, we were just talking about, you know, how everything is going to be turning digital now. You know, like the teaching is, like a lot of the teaching in Japan is more analog, I guess you would call it. And I've been discussing with some of my coworkers. Look at, hey, when you start teaching something, you know, all the kids nowadays they're born into a digital world, right? So everybody's got an iPhone. Mom, you know, all the kids have an iPhone. They have mom's iPhone or Google phone or whatever. So Android. As soon as you start teaching and you're using paper, they really kind of step aside. So if you start using something that they're familiar with, that catches their attention and stuff, and he can actually do videos on this, get somebody to help him, like you were saying, and develop a good kind of like a commercial or improv or something, and just like, hey, here you go. Just sit down and watch this. If you guys want a free lesson, we're not giving free lessons, but you want to sit over here and watch this for 20 minutes, you'll see what's going on. And
Oh yeah, you can always get an excerpt. Yeah, I think a good idea, because you actually hit the nail and with the hammer perfectly.
Yeah.
I think a good idea would, instead of trying to make it like an analog, you gotta move to make it digital.
that's exactly what you need
Of
to do.
course, have all your stuff trademarked first. You know, you have your regular alphabet system, and you know, like have it set up to where, you know, the way that you teach it is on your method. The sentences are all of your sentences that you came up with.
Yeah.
You know, your work. You can even have extra pages where you have like crossword puzzles, like, you know, whether it's and have it interchangeable to where it can be English or Japanese, and then later on down the line you can always just add other Spanish people that want to learn Japanese, for Italian people that want to learn Japanese, you know, stuff like that. I think that's a great idea.
So that's the thing, you know, where,
I'll talk
you
to
know.
you offline about that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
there's actually some places, because I'm actually looking to develop a few apps. I'll talk to you about that offline.
Okay.
But yeah, I can push them on to who I'm going to be using and stuff like that. So they're really good.
So
And
you,
they have
yeah,
samples of their work and stuff like that.
you can make an app, and then where you can use the app where they can choose English or Japanese or English Japanese both, and you know, children they connect with cartoons, right? So you want to make it to where they're comfortable. You want them to pay attention and focus. But I still remember back whenever I first met Ralph, and he says, you know, they don't really have to focus and pay attention to learn English because they're listening all the time. And you know, I learned that with my kid too. You know, he's always paying attention, even if he's watching TV, he's listening. So. And,
Yeah, English I think is a fairly easy language. Considering that I speak two of them, but English is a fairly easy language. I think what the challenge is, and you can tell me whether you agree or disagree, but I think what the challenge with English is number one, the comprehension, and then number two, the way that we speak it.
well, it's
you know,
it's the order of how you speak it.
You know, we don't speak English like how you would learn it in a textbook.
Yeah.
So I think people, especially, that's why I feel like when I have conversations with foreigners, I have to be very careful of the word choices that I use. And a lot of the times I'll speak to them like very,
like a child.
very textbook, because, you know, even some of the jokes, like I made a joke with someone yesterday, and she like flew off the deep end. I'm like, look, it's really not that serious. I was like, I forgot you're not American. Like,
Well, yeah,
you know, like,
even like my wife, she says, you know,
it's challenging to,
yeah, Japanese humor is completely different than American humor. So, and I found that out. I'm looking at the TV. I'm like, my wife tells me, I said, I don't understand. She goes, yeah, I kind of figured you wouldn't. So, and same thing happened in America. I'm over there laughing. She's like, oh, what? I didn't get it. I explained it to her. She goes, yeah, I didn't get it. So, yeah, humor in Japan is completely different. I mean, just all they do is have some weird people on TV and laughing at each other. I don't know, but yeah, I mean, if you watch Japan television, you got boys wearing girls' outfits and pretending to be a child. You know, it's kind of weird, and that's exactly what it is. Just a little weird. Even in America, some of the weird stuff. I haven't been paying attention to American TV anymore, but you know, I'm sure there's some new stuff that's out there that's weird. I'm not used to.
Yeah, I mean, and I think a lot of that is generational also.
Yeah.
Because for me, I'm not YouTube is like kind of my TV. Like if I don't really see it on YouTube, you know, I don't.
Yeah, I watch YouTube too. I mean,
like about 3 years or 4 years ago, and so now I have like my own like version of Netflix I created like a couple of months back. So I have like all my movies and stuff there. But really, like for me getting out into the world, it's usually like YouTube. We're talking like to like Ralph and us going, oh hey, did you hear about this by the way, or did you hear about this thing that happened here, or stuff like that.
Well, I like YouTube because unlike Netflix, you know, when right in the middle of your season, they don't just delete it on you. It's like, what? God, I almost got to the end and now I don't know. Yeah, and YouTube.
That was one of the reasons. That was one of the reasons. I was just done. I was like, and that was exactly one of the reasons why. You'll be watching a season, all of a sudden it just disappears. I was in the middle of watching. What was it? I can't remember what show it was. I watched so much stuff, but I was in the middle of watching a show one night, and then I just got an error message. You know, sometimes you get an error message, and you just have to go out of Netflix and go back in. And I went back in, and the show was completely gone. I was like, you know what? Screw this. I'm making my own.
I was just getting into that thing too, or else, you know, they're very famous for just one season things. Netflix, like one season, and it's like, man, I like it, and it's like, well, it costs too much money to produce, so we're not going to do it again. I was like, what? You know, so
Either that, or I think a lot of the times they buy the rights to stuff. Like I know, like for example, like with the Daredevils and the Punisher stuff, they can't really do anything anymore because Disney acquired Marvel.
Oh,
so pretty much what they have now is pretty much it. If that wasn't the case, they would have still I'm pretty sure they would have came out with another season of Punisher. I'm sure they would have probably come out with another season of Daredevil as well.
Yeah,
there were really good shows on Netflix.
I was just watching that one where they were going to Mars. You know, they landed on Mars and that was it. It was like, I guess it was like $1 million an episode for them. So, and they only did one season of it. I forget the name of it, but it's like everything I'm watching that I really like, they cancel. It's like, geez, man, how are you guys supposed to make any money if you keep canceling all the good stuff? You know?
Yeah, some of like the good shows, it's so frustrating watching TV sometimes because some of the good shows just get there's a show that I used to watch and I have both seasons too now, but it was called Boss, as for Kelsey Grammer, and basically I can't remember if it was like Macbeth or it was kind of equivalent to like whoever the Mad King was. I can't remember whoever the Mad King was back in Shakespeare. And it was like more modern times. He was the mayor of Chicago, and like he had some rare disease or whatever, but he didn't want to give up his seat. But he was basically like the puppet master, like moving all the strings and stuff. It was like Kelsey Grammer in rare form. Like he was cussing up and down like a slut. Like I've just never known him to be like that type of actor. And that it was going steady, and then they said, "Oh, okay, we're canceling it." I'm like, "What?" And then they said, "Okay, well, we'll make a movie to tie it up," and they just never did. So you have season one, amazing, season two, amazing, and then no more.
That's the kind of sad thing about Netflix. You know, they like anything that was actually good, they take it away and give you something crappy, and that's why I use VPN. I can just go anywhere and watch. You know, because sometimes, like, if you're watching one here, I don't want to give any shows, but they might only have season
Right,
1 to 10, 1 to 10 here,
There's
but
certain shows that's in Japan that
Yeah.
won't be available in the U.S. and vice
Yeah.
versa. So the VPN allows you to.
well,
Travel,
actually,
so to
actually, like if you watch The Walking Dead, this is a good one, you know, or not Supernatural. Have you watched Supernatural? So if you watch Supernatural in Japan, it stops at a certain spot, but you have to go to America in order to watch the rest of it. It's like, why? You know, I don't understand all this stuff. So
Yeah. Well, Supernatural is over now.
yeah, that was a good show. It was just funny.
So I think it's like, and you know what's funny? I kind of got into it, but I have plans on actually buying it and putting it on my channel. So, yeah. I plan on putting it on my channel, but it's like, I think it's like 15 seasons or something. So it's it's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
You know, I like that one. There's a lot. Even like little kids shows. You know, like if you have Chuggington. You know, I don't know if you know Chuggington. I don't know where you are. Where are you located? Are you in Japan?
Oh, somebody, what's up?
I'm in Florida.
What's up, Unique?
So.
Yo.
How you doing, man? Thanks for joining, man.
Yeah, I'm in Florida.
All right, now we got Unique and James.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm not in Japan. I'm in Florida.
Oh, nice, man. You're in a great spot. Florida.
It's a beautiful day. I just wiped. I was actually, while I was listening to you guys talk, I was wiping down my baby, getting her ready so I can go out.
Yeah.
Sun a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I got my uncle's in Florida, my aunt, so they live there. I want to definitely, if I ever come back to the States, Florida's definitely going to be the place I'm going to go. Yeah.
Well, I can tell you, a lot of people say, oh, Florida, Hawaii, or California, but on the West Coast, man, it's ridiculous
Yeah.
You have to be like pretty much a millionaire to survive out there.
Oh yeah. Well, you can't survive in California. I mean, not in the heart of California. On the outskirts, probably okay. But you know, I'm from Arizona, so Arizona's pretty good. It's not bad. But
Arizona's tricky because you know the weather. It's like that dry.
I love it. I love that dry. You know, dry heat. Yeah. Over here it's humid. Like you know, I mean your chingas down below, they always stick to your legs and stuff, and it's like trying to walk around and you know, doing the splits, you know.
Have you stayed in Florida prior to going to Japan? Have you ever lived in Florida?
No, I never did, but you know, I've been there when I was a kid, you know, and I've always watched it, you know. I mean, I think that Florida's probably the #1 state in America right now. Everyone's agreeing. All these people are like, they're all going to move to Florida, but there's not enough Florida to go around. So, you don't want everyone to just bounce in there and destroy your state, man. That's the thing.
I think the numbers are like 1,000 people a day.
Yeah.
It's either 1,000 a week or 1,000 a day move to Florida.
Oh yeah, probably more.
If you look at Florida, how all the townships are set up, everything is like on the water. If you ever just look at the map and just look at the city, everything is on the water.
Or yeah, they got the canals and people with boats and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, plus a lot of people up north, other folks, they'll buy like a house, they'll have like a townhome or something like that here. And then in the wintertime, I think they call them snowbirds. In the wintertime, they come down.
Yeah, we call them snowbirds in Arizona
for like
too.
5 or 6 months.
The rich people. The rich people that don't have anything else to do except spend their money here. And, they're going to go down there in the summer, or in the winter from where they're at, and then summer go back home. But I mean, Florida's temperature must be great all year round. I mean, you got good beach weather, and it's probably beautiful. Probably really close to California's weather.
Arizona?
Yeah, no, Florida.
Oh.
Besides, the hurricanes and stuff. California, they have the earthquakes, but
Hurricane season is usually We were actually, it's funny, I was just talking about that hour
It's
ago with
coming
somebody.
pretty soon,
But
huh?
hurricane season is from June to October.
Yeah, same here. Same in Japan, you know, but they call them typhoons
Oh, you guys,
here.
yeah, you guys have typhoon. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I've seen some of those on TV. As
It's
a matter of fact, the very first time I went to Japan was back in 2019.
Yeah.
And I went literally right after that typhoon in October.
Oh yeah, we had some pretty bad ones
the
here.
The week before. Yeah, so it was. So let me ask this: you've been in Japan for quite some time? Do you miss the States, or?
I miss the food until I go back there and I try to eat it and it just rips my stomach apart. You know, I mean, I can just imagine the food and it's good enough for me now. Like here, you know, you can't find ranch dressing. I love ranch dressing, and then you know, I
What
kind
about
of
on the base? So you don't have any like.
well, we're not near a base, so you know, it's
Okay.
quite far.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. If I'm able to go to Japan sometime this year, I'm hoping they open it back up sometime.
Yeah,
I
I
will
hope so.
bring you like 2 or 3 bottles of ranch dressing, the big ones.
Yeah, well, you know, I brought back some of the Hidden Valley Ranch, you know, the powdered stuff, and my wife tried to make it yesterday, and she goes, "I use too much powder, and it's
It's not the same.
sour. It's not the same."
Yeah, bring me back a chess set, a big one.
I just
Okay.
I mean, like
Okay.
Mike got like 5-inch pieces. I mean, a really good one. Wait. So wait.
Yeah, I'll let you know when I'm coming, but yeah, I'll just make a package for you guys.
Okay.
And when I
Japan
come
travels
down,
and
you
stuff.
just let
Okay.
me know, like, you know, what you guys want. You know, I'll bring back some memories for you guys. You know what I mean? Just,
Okay, wait. Hold on. Wait, I'm gonna read a message. Hold on. Guys who say they want to come to Japan for culture is cold for they want to meet some beautiful Japanese women. We just don't want to be seen as pervs. This world is messed up. LOL. What's up?
Well,
GS35050 salute. Thank you.
Yeah,
Salute
well,
back to you.
I mean, you know, I think
just
the
say they wanna
times
come to Japan
change.
for the culture, just go that they want to meet some beautiful Japanese. I mean, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, like, well,
typically
Japanese
when you
girls are
travel
beautiful,
anywhere in
you
the
know?
world,
I mean, Japanese beautiful,
I would
or
say
they're
that
some of the most beautiful women in the world here, you know. Except they have no butt.
I think.
You know, I mean, seriously, they have no butt. And if you do see them, like I know a few of them, they have a really nice butt. You know, it's like, and they're wonderful to look at. You know, and then you got everyone has a different attitude. You know, you come here, you might get snubbed. You don't know. I mean, every girl here is gonna be different. It's the same as anywhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think in any country that I go to, you know, like you're not. Your chances are just a little bit better, I think.
Yeah.
And it just depends on where you're going. And so, see, Ralph, this is why I always tell you, like, I ask these questions of you. I've already been there. My experience was kind of poor. You know, I've already talked to you about that.
Well.
I always ask you about the terrain because I always like to know what to expect.
Well.
So if I know someone in another country, I know, okay, they're giving me kind of a heads up, or, you know, giving me kind of some information that I really wouldn't be able to find online, you know?
Well,
So that's the type of stuff, like, I like to, you know, when I know somebody lives in another country and stuff, like, I can ask my okay, how's the climate over there? What should I expect when I go over, you know, because he lives in London, so I can ask him, hey, you know, what to expect? How are the women? How do they treat you? And different things like that.
I think they're
So
gonna
it's good
treat you
to have at
differently.
least
You know.
an idea
Well, like
what you're expecting.
when I used to meet Ralph a long time ago, you know, he's like, you know, I used to show him pictures, this girl. Every time I saw him, I show him a different girl. You know, like, and we saw each other quite often. Right? He's like, you know, how you meet all these girls, man? How you meeting all these girls? I'm like, you know, I couldn't really explain it. It's like, you know, because he was actually telling me, just don't, you know, don't just get up there and say it, you know, because if you don't say it, then you're not going to get it. So, why play around, you know, this back and forth stuff when you just like, dude, I'm going to do this. What do you want? And then, you know, I don't want to really mess up and say something bad on the YouTube, you know, but you understand what I'm saying. It's like, either you're going to go for it or you're not going to go for it. And, you know, like I was saying in the last video, all the Japanese girls here, they pay for everything. You know, you come here.
That is so interesting to me. I'm
Yeah.
glad you brought that up. That is so interesting to me. Look at the
Wait. Hold on. Gotta
I'm reading it.
yeah, wait.
Oh,
It
you're
got,
reading
yeah,
it
but then
too.
you read it, cause I gotta look at this little screen. What it say?
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm reading it. The girls who work in the shopping malls are very sexy. Depending on the girl, of course, to each their own. Dressed to impress, hair proper, slim. Even though they are working only minimum wage. When I say the shopping malls, I mean the boutiques. Well, I can tell you, like, I don't know if this is what you're meaning, Japan Travels, but when I was in Akihabara, a lot of the girls that were handing out flyers were dressed like kind of costumes and stuff, but very neat looking and stuff. And they were very pretty, very attractive. You know, they hello, and it's like handing out flyers and stuff. I don't know if that's what you mean, but there was another time I forgot where we went. It was a place where they were selling. It's like a jewelry district or something like that. And there was one girl that was in the jewelry place, and I went back to try to get her number and stuff. She's like, I got a boyfriend. Thank you, though. I'm like, all right, that's cool.
You know,
but there's a lot of pretty chicks.
You know, the girls that I don't
That's
like.
what it's about.
The girls that I don't like are the ones that try to be too American or too other than Japanese. I like the Japanese girls, you know, that just try to be Japanese. And, you know, usually it depends on, you know, if you go to the countryside or, you know, you get a lot more looks in the countryside. If you go to the big city where there's a lot of foreigners there, they already know everybody. It's like they don't give you the same look as if you go to the country where nobody goes and you're like the only foreigner ever there. They're like, you know, giving you that Google eye stuff and, you know, yeah.
That's what I say. Tokyo is not even Japanese anymore. Tokyo is like, even when I went there, I noticed that Tokyo is so foreigners, like everywhere, you know?
Yeah. There's this time I called Ralph. I said, hey, Ralph, I need a ride from the Wakayama station. I said, and I called him back 2 minutes later. I said, hey, give me a little bit. I'll call you back. I got to meet this girl right now. I just met her, right? And then after that, an hour at the hotel, I called him back and I said, hey, you know, yeah, okay, I'm ready if you want to come get me. So, hey, hold on a minute here. And then we're talking to this other girl. I said, hey, give me another hour of it, and I'll call you right back. And that happened like 3 times, and Ralph's like, Jesus, man. And Ralph showed up. He could see the girl. She's like right there, and he's like, shit, you know, while you're here. And it's like, no. So yeah.
It is what it is, man. It is what it is.
He's like, Jesus, man. He goes, it took me 2 hours to get here from my house, which is 5 minutes away. Well, you know, I mean, just, you know, one right after another, and yeah.
I think I went to Shinjuku one time. Japan Travels.
Wait. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Wait. Let me hit the message real quick. When I say the shopping malls, I mean the boutiques. You know where the Lumini is, like inside the train station. They have a lot.
Yeah, I've been to Shinjuku just the one time for Halloween. It was like.
Wait. Hold on. Yo, what's up, Japanese native? I'm gonna make you a moderator. You should have been a moderator a long time ago, my bad. Japanese native. How you doing, man?
Yeah.
Hey, we online. If you want to talk, join us live. Yeah. Just add line.
I probably got to go soon because.
Oh yeah, it's getting late. I got
to work tomorrow in the morning, so.
Yeah. Okay, then let's end it now.
Yeah. All right, yeah, we're probably gonna just cut this off now, and you know, because it's already 2:30.
Yeah, I
mean 1:30 in the morning here, so.
And I gotta be at work at 10.
Yeah, you gotta be at work at 10. Me too. I gotta be at work at 10. So.
Ralph, is this your school?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where he's at here.
Oh.
So.
Yeah, I gotta, bro. I definitely, the next time I go down there, you already know the whole story, but the next time I go down there, bro, I'm definitely gonna. I gotta link up with you guys. I gotta remember to bring brand dressing. What's the brand? So even though I don't see you again, I know I can get.
Yeah, I mean, I usually get Hidden Valley, but you don't have to worry about it because I go home sometimes, and you know I just bring them back.
Okay, well I'll relay a message just in case, because you know you might be like, hey, pick up a 2-pack for me, because it's like It's like
Yeah.
$2. It's very cheap.
Well, I know. I mean, here you probably, if you brought it, you could probably sell it for a lot more to somebody else.
You know, there's another comment, Ralph. Let me read it real quick.
Okay.
You know, it's hot. What's hot? This might sound weird, but I find it kind of hot when a cute girl is with her boyfriend and stares right at you. Well, yeah. I mean, especially if you're a foreigner.
See, that's the thing with when you're out and all the cute girls come over. I'm gonna tell you right now. Even though she's with her boyfriend, she's not with her boyfriend.
It's fine.
You're gonna walk up to her and you're gonna talk to her and your boyfriend or girlfriend, and they're gonna say, no, we're just friends, and he, you can just tell that the guy doesn't understand any English, but she does. So she's like, no, we're just friends, and you start exchanging information and stuff, and then he starts getting a little jealous and starts getting a little closer to her and starts rubbing on her, and she's just pushing him away. It's like, what? Get away, I'm talking. Yes.
The way it was explained to me too, by a few brothers that live in Japan is that a lot of the times the girls that you want to stay away from are the ones that speak English and Japanese.
Yeah.
Because the pool of men changes for them. So there's more options.
It's the way that foreigners treat the Japanese girls. That's what they like. That's what they're expecting because Japanese men treat them differently, and they're learning too. They're actually learning since I've been here. When I first came here, they wouldn't hold hands in public. They wouldn't do anything in public. Wouldn't kiss.
But they would slap them in public.
Yeah, they'll slap them.
In a second.
Yeah, recently, they started holding hands more. The kids are learning. If I want to keep this girl, I got to do something. Yeah, but they're never gonna be man enough to keep them.
My thing is if I were to ever move to Japan, the first 2 to 3 years my stay there would be straight up dedicated to learning the language, because learning the language in any place you go, it opens up a whole new world. That's just me personally.
Well, I kind of found out, not knowing the language helped me out a lot more, because I've seen where people walk up. Here's the thing, if you speak the language, they know, he's been here a while. He's probably been with every girl. But if you don't know the language, they're like, he's fresh. So.
Or you can pretend too. I mean, you know the game.
You can pretend too, but
Colombia.
Yeah, it kind of slips sometimes. But they can tell. I think whenever you start trying to do your few words of English and Japanese mixed together, they know. So
I'm gonna give you an example. I'm pretty fluent in Spanish.
Yeah.
And I go to Colombia from time to time. I haven't been in a while because of the whole COVID thing, but I used to, because I live in Florida, so it's like 3 hours away on a plane. So I used to go like every couple of months. I have a lot of friends out there and stuff like that. But a lot of the girls out there, they want to know where you're from, because they don't want to waste their time with locals.
Yeah.
Because they think if you're a local, you're not going to have any money and nothing, and they don't want to waste their time. So for me, I already knew the game. I knew this is what I have to expect out there. So anytime they're speaking to me in Spanish, I always just kind of look around I don't know what the hell's going on. I know exactly what they're saying, but
that's the difference.
Have to play the game too.
Like here, you don't like the money thing. They don't really care. Because if they're gonna talk to you, they're only looking for the thing, and
Right.
Yeah, they're gonna pay. They always pay every single time.
That was very bizarre to me too.
You can't pay. I think it's kind of disrespectful if you pay.
No. What it is they pay because there are no strings attached.
Yeah.
So whatever they do, they pay. Like you meet them on a Friday night, they'll go home, make love to you, everything.
Sometimes they're married, so you gotta be careful of that.
And then
Where's trash can?
she'll stay with you until the morning.
Why do you say careful?
Be
Well, no, be careful because they can sue you here, the spouse. In here.
I didn't hear him. What did you say?
He said the spouses can sue you if they find you messing around.
Yeah, for
You
thousands.
didn't know about it?
Yep, doesn't matter.
No. Your wife can sue you for thousands of dollars.
Yeah, and here, so her husband can sue. Her husband can sue his wife and sue you. So if you're here, like I already had this circumstance, not with me, but with a friend of mine. He had to pay $25,000 just because he messed around with somebody's wife.
And your wife can sue you too. So you can get sued
Not
by
only
two
that,
people.
if
Sorry.
you're married, your wife can sue you.
It's worth $25,000. I'm sorry.
That's,
Hey, but we're gonna go. So, hey, it was nice talking to you guys. Sorry, it's kind of late out here. If you can see outside,
yeah, it's almost 2 in the morning.
it's late, 2 in the morning. So it was all good chatting. See you guys later. And we're going to make another channel for just the two of us where we're talking so we don't have to be on this one. And we'll let you know. I have no idea what we're going to talk about. But anyway, guys, take care. Peace. Bro, you're not messing much. Just wait till COVID says die down, then come back and I'll be waiting for you. Okay, cool.